apparently didn't film anything when I just jumped into reading as if you knew what I was reading, what I was doing, anything. I just thought, let's make them guess what I'm reading. This is me. I've already read Manacled. I'm gonna give my thoughts on it later. Gonna have a spoiler section later, but I will taper off any part that says it's a spoiler. I'm a little over halfway through and I'm gonna read through the rest of it here, give my thoughts as we go. So we're gonna jump into that and I will be back afterwards. Don't step. Come on. I forgot to unplug my cat water fountain, so hopefully you don't hear that later. Draco being all mean in front of Astoria. He said, "Come before I drag you." I did not see that coming. Poor Astoria. She didn't ask for all that. She didn't do nothing wrong. She just sucked. Oh, no, she did do something wrong. She literally attacked Hermione. She kind of did deserve that. I forgot about that. No. Yeah. If I had to guess how this book is gonna end, I couldn't come up with one. I have absolutely no idea where this book is going. I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared right now. Ugh. Oh my god. Bobbin ramming her head into the floor repeatedly. Please stop. I'm 89% of the way through. I feel like there's like 10 pages left. It says I have 3 more hours of the book. How? Oh my god. I have a theory. I feel like, okay. I feel like she got like really injured from Lucius because her head's like hurting or whatever, and she doesn't want to call a mind healer, and they're gonna realize it like really late, and they're gonna use the Phoenix Tears to save her or something instead of Draco. I could see that happening. To the part where they're about to perform the procedure, and I am nauseous. My stomach literally hurts. Like, I feel like I need to take a break before I keep going because I am actually nauseous right now. I'm so scared. Him saying, "Don't you dare sun me," kind of hot. Oh my god. Not Lucius being summoned. I'm literally gonna throw up. Damn. Lucius really did it. I'm like kind of proud. I don't know. I'm still scared. Oh my god. This is just all too easy. They did it. They're at the safe house and they're just gonna go to sleep. Hermione's got brain damage. She's got damn brain damage. Not even gonna make sure she's gonna be okay. I just feel like she's gonna fucking die in the middle of the night. I can't handle this. I wonder how many times I'm gonna read she ignored her headache. Thinking about Nyx the elf, and Draco just said he's a stable elf, so he's never cooked before in his life. And picturing him like trying to cook them breakfast, and he's not doing a good job, but he's doing his best. I thought something bad was gonna happen. God, I have so much anxiety. 33-minute chapter. Just make them shorter. It could be the exact same amount of pages. Just make the chapters shorter. I fucking hate Jenny. Draco was like, what'd you do? I told you to keep her calm. She's like, I don't know. I didn't know. You didn't know? Being like, oh, doesn't Draco have to leave? Doesn't Draco have to go fight Voldemort? Because he's not gonna die. How dumb is she? Sorry, I didn't know that was gonna make you panic. Sorry, girl. It's the epilogue. I literally spent, the last 30 minutes of reading this book with a tummy ache because I knew something had to happen. And I did all that for no reason. I was like so worried to the point where I feel like I didn't enjoy the ending, which is on me. It's my fault. Ugh. I can't handle Topsy. I love Topsy. I love the house elves. They're so kind and they're so loving. Topsy was so upset. I was so upset reading how he made Topsy leave, and now she's back. I'm gonna cry about it. I'm already crying about it, and I haven't even read it. She kicked him. Okay, that was funny. Oh, this picture. I love it. Are you kidding me? Oh, Draco. A puppy named Padfoot. Okay, I finished Manacled. I don't know how I feel about the ending. I'm not gonna lie. The first and second parts, I was like absolutely obsessed with. I was so obsessed that I reread the first part. I don't know. I didn't feel as connected to the last part. I expected more out of the ending because all I see like on TikTok is everyone saying how like empty it made them feel. The first two parts for sure. I was emotionally drained and it was a lot for me to handle, but I don't know. I feel like the last part kind of fell short just a little bit. It was leading up to be like 5 out of 5. But it's probably gonna be like I would say like a 4 out of 5. 4.5. I would say a solid 4.5 out of 5. I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite a few days. I feel like I had to really sit and think on the book before I gave my opinions, because I feel like my night of opinions were very different than my overall opinions, and I had to process the book. I think I'm sitting at a solid 4.75. I wanted to start with the parts that I absolutely loathed about the book to get them out of the way. Parts that just fell short for me. The ending. Not that it was a bad ending, it just wasn't what I had wanted. I would have rather read about a depressing death than a depressing end where they just felt stuck in their life and that was it. That's how their whole life went on. And they couldn't do anything because of his identity, I guess. I just feel like there would have been ways around it. They couldn't have changed his look rather than just live in isolation for the rest of their lives. I would have rather Draco or Hermione died and then one of them had a really close relationship with their daughter and moved somewhere. Probably Draco dying. And then Hermione can live her life in Britain. I much rather would have cried about Draco's death than just being that's it. I also didn't love how just openly depressed he was. It was very clear to me at least that he just didn't want to be alive. I understand he loved Hermione, but I feel like he had come to terms with death for so long. I didn't want him to just be depressed and be alive only because of Hermione. Just because she basically was if you leave, I'm gonna kill myself. Also, the whole time, before I read this, the main symbol of this book is a paper crane. That's all I've been seeing is the paper cranes. It was the smallest, most insignificant little side part of the book. Like, I thought he was gonna make some grand gesture with a paper crane. No. Like, she made paper cranes when she was locked up, and then Voldemort took the memory away from her. And then that was it until much later, and Aurora bought a paper crane. Like, yeah, that was cute, I guess. Like, why is it on the cover, the fake cover? Why is that, like, a main symbol of the book? That didn't make sense to me. Also, hated Ron and Harry. Every single conversation with Harry, I wanted to wring his neck. I get him wanting to use light instead of dark. I get it. But it gets to a point you would rather every single person you know die because you refuse to use dark magic. I was so frustrated. She literally saved Ron's life, and the first thing he does is yell at her. He's not winning this war, so who do you think you are? Ugh. I also wish the killing Voldemort was a little more satisfying. Not that I didn't like Ginny doing it. I don't know, I didn't love Ginny in this book either. She felt very selfish to me, which I don't know if that was on purpose or not, or if I just hate Ginny. She's gonna spend the entire book locked away because she's pregnant, and that annoyed me in of itself. Like, I get not wanting to stress Harry out, but it gets to a point when he's about to go on his final battle. She just wasn't gonna say bye to him. Like, that felt annoying too. And then hated how much Ginny hated Draco. In the beginning, sure, I get it. She doesn't understand what's going on, and all of a sudden Draco comes in. She's like, where did you come from? Why are you here? Like, obviously you're here to kill me, but he's not. I feel like he earned her trust, and she still just didn't want to hear it. She was like, no, don't care. Anything he does is not good enough for me. Not good enough for Hermione. He did everything he could. He literally risked his life, basically gave it up, and had to become the High Reeve because of Ginny. I wanted, like, a bigger Voldemort death instead of just, like, later Ginny was like, I'm gonna go kill Voldemort, and then she comes back and she's like, okay, I killed him, we're good now. Okay, that's enough for, like, my ranting of Manacled. That's pretty much the only reasons why it didn't get a full 5 stars, because everything else, oh, hi Stink, absolutely ate this up. Everything about it. Everything. I've never read a book where she splits up the parts, where it's present and then flashback to explain the present. I think that was literally genius, because I went into the first part being like, how is this a love story? Like, I don't want it to be Stockholm Syndrome. And if it was, I was gonna be let down. But I was like, there's no way it's just Stockholm Syndrome, and she falls in love with someone. I literally haunting Adeline, but that's a different story. Nope, you gotta go. Stay. Luna. I was trying to think back on part 1, and I was confused why he was being so mean. But why is he, like, throwing in low comments, like, being mean? And then I realized they explained later that it was because Voldemort was looking at his memories, and it made so much sense, and that just ripped my heart to shreds. That not only does he have to do all this, he has to be literally awful to her. He is actually in love with her, and he has to do all this. Rip my heart out, tear it to shreds. I made a section to talk about all the things that made me ugly cry, audibly sob, and then I had a couple of, like, my favorite scenes. First of all, I'll just do the favorite scenes because it's very small compared to the parts that made me sob. The hummingbird scene, when he came in during the battle, when Harry brought Hermione to a battle for some reason because he's stupid, and Draco showed up and killed everyone. My favorite picture in the whole book. It's so good. He is so scary, but, like, in such a hot way. Oh my god. When Draco showed up in jeans and an Oxford hoodie, he can't get hotter. He can't. And then also her Patronus, she said how she couldn't conjure a Patronus anymore, and then she did, and it was a dragon. It went from an otter to a dragon because of Draco. Are you kidding me? That ate. Now we're at the parts that I sobbed at. I'm gonna try and keep it brief because there's a lot. It's mostly parts that are from my reread, knowing that they're in love. When Draco, him seeing her for the first time, He hasn't seen her in 2 years and he's been searching for her. Of course she doesn't know that. He's been searching for her, killing people for her, and it's the first time he sees her, and he has to instantly be mean to her. Thinking about that broke my heart, because we don't see that, because we're not reading it in order, and he can't have any emotions. He can't even think about it. The first time he read her mind and said, "So you really have forgotten everything?" When she had her seizure and like forgot who he was and then was like, "Do I know you?" And he said, "I suppose you do." I'm literally gonna cry thinking about it. I think that this book made me realize I love an amnesia trope. I don't think I've ever read an amnesia trope before, and this one did me in. When he was drunk and kissed her and he said, "If I had known how much pain you were going to cause me, Granger, I wouldn't have taken you." But he was talking about during the war. When they first kissed, like their real kiss, I think it was when they were drunk, maybe? Now I'm not remembering. I just re-looked over my notes, but I think it was when they were drunk and they kissed. When he asked her to take her hair down, he said, "My mane." I was sobbing. I was like choking. This was like 2 a.m. and I was like coughing because I could not breathe. I was so upset because we had already read the present and how they were, and I just could not get how we got from there to there. The only scene involving Harry that made me cry was when when Hermione told him that Ginny was pregnant and he made her promise to take care of them. That one got me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, then in part 3, they didn't know if they were going to get his dark mark off. It just felt like he had given up already. And she was like begging him like to not give up. And he was like, "Hermione, I'm tired." I literally had to take a pause and gather myself. It's like heartbreaking because I just wanted his love for Hermione to be enough. And like technically it was because he didn't give up, but it didn't feel like enough. Like it felt like he didn't want to be there still, which I hated. And then just anything on Aurora being born. When she said that she had his eyes, death, absolute death. And then him like not being able to hold her, being scared to like hold her because he's killed children. When he said all I do is kill things, this whole book I just wanted to give him a big hug. And not only did he have to go through the pain of actively when he loved her, he was also being crucioed, like constantly. Like he was being tortured physically and emotionally the entire book. He never won. Never got to win. Okay, like final thoughts on the very ending with the like flash forward and Aurora's older and runs into Ginny and James and they look at the book. Everyone was like, the last sentence I died at, which like I get it, the sentence when it was like Hermione was a non-active person in the war and did not fight, and everyone's like, which I get it. When I read it, that didn't hit as hard to me. Like I was just like, oh, now I'm done. I understood the anger because she was like the most active person in the war. I don't know, just like the ending just kind of fell short for me. And I didn't want it to. I wanted this to be a 5-star read so bad. It's like I'm still itching to make it a 5-star read. I will say I am willing to spend a pretty penny on a bound cover of this. I was searching Etsy to look for a bound cover and I can't find one. But that being said, probably one of the best books I've ever read. And I can definitely see me like fully rereading this just for fun. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to me rant about Manacled. I'm sorry if you didn't want spoilers and you listened anyway. I did give you fair warning. This week is the busiest week of my life, and currently today, as I'm talking, I'm gaining a new niece. So hello to the new baby that's coming in, probably within the next couple of hours. And there's just a lot to do, so we will see hopefully next week, if not 2 weeks from now. So thank you for watching.